Hey, what's up guys? My name's Travis, this is my dog Sam, and this is our 2020 Ram ProMaster, aka our home on wheels. I spent the last year building out this van from scratch. It started from absolutely empty van. It's so surreal, I can't even put into words. This is it right here. It looks so good. Today I wanted to just sit down and kind of chat with you guys about some of the challenges that I faced throughout the build process, kind of looking back and reflecting. I just released a van tour recently showing the finished result, so if you haven't seen that yet, please go check it out, and while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. Right off the bat, the first challenge I faced was finding a place to build out the van. I knew that I wanted to have a separate living space temporarily and have the van be kind of a workspace. And I didn't have a warehouse or any kind of shop or anything at my disposal, so I improvised and found a long-term Airbnb, actually a couple long-term Airbnbs that I ended up, using their driveway, building out in there, and then having a room to rent. After I got through those beginning stages, then I was able to move on and thankfully utilize, with the help of some of my friends and family, use some space, borrow some space from them and stay there, have a little more space to work out of versus just a driveway or whatever. If you have a warehouse or any sort of like shop that you have access to, definitely go with that, but I did not, and so that worked. I definitely felt like a little discouraged along the way. It was a big undertaking, learning as I went, wanting to make it look nice and do it right and have this design and layout exactly the way I wanted it. So I knew I wanted to take my time with it, and I think I originally thought it was going to take like a few months or so. Yeah, and I could easily see this was going to be a huge undertaking, even just being a month to 2 months in. I think I took quite a long time on the framing portion of it. That took a lot of research, waiting for things to arrive, lots of stuff back ordered, and it's just a big investment up front, all the decisions you have to make. So it can be a little daunting, and it definitely was at times, but what's cool is when you do start to see these results and you know where it's heading, and you just keep that that finished vision in your head, and that's why it's worth it, and it builds up to that. You just have to know what you're going after as far as the quality of the build, and know the lifestyle you're gonna have once it's all done. That definitely propelled me. I think when I got to the flooring stage and I got the floor put in, that's where I was like, okay, I'm feeling a lot better about it, because I could start taping out where things were gonna go, and I remember being very motivated at that time. Also, I just really couldn't wait to get out on the road and start traveling with this thing. So I guess I would say set yourself up for success by getting into the right headspace, and know that it's gonna take longer than you think probably, and give yourself that time, especially if you're learning some of these skills as you're going. I definitely was. I had some great help. When I got to the cabinetry portion of it and the electrical system, I had some great help from Mark and Giselle, which I had mentioned in a previous update video, which I'll link as well. And Mark helped me so much with the battery box and wiring, while Giselle helped me with so many things, but cabinetry and layout, design, and custom work. And then I kind of took what I learned from them in the month that I stayed there and just ran with it and did my best to build out the rest. The desk, the bed. I was probably the most proud of the bed because of how intricate and how crazy of the design it was, but the desk I love as well. The upper cabinets, I would probably do way differently. They were so much of a challenge, just get everything hung, level, and kind of the same. They're actually 3 boxes put together to look like one long cabinetry, so it was quite the undertaking, and then the shape and mounting it. It took a long time, but anyway, we got through it, and I'm very, very excited about the result on it. And then finally, calling the van finished. I noticed that like I just kept wanting to keep doing things. I'm like, okay, there'll be different stages, this and that. So just being able to step back and know, okay, know that it's done. Things can always be improved and changed, but getting out and finally like living in it, yeah, I guess that was kind of a little bit of a challenge, because once you're so into this like build and what's next, you know, when do we go out and live in this thing? So and calling it done, and is it photo ready? So it took me a long time to finally be like, okay, I'm happy, I can show this off now. And it took such a long time to get to that point, but I'm happy I waited. I'm glad I took my time. I've already made some modifications, and I have ideas for what I could do with it, just little things to make it that much better and fit me. But I think I had to get out and live in it and travel and actually experience some of these things and find out what could be improved. Still doing that. There's still plenty of things that are getting changed and repaired, but that just comes with the territory as well. So I would say prepare yourself for repairs and fixes, and things are not going to be perfect. Also, that's another huge one, is just knowing there's going to be these nicks and scratches and scuffs, and things are going to get dirty, and that's just the way it is, and that's the way it is on the road and living life on the road. But you learn how to deal with it, and you learn how to be okay with it, because the view that is when you're traveling, you know, some of these sites and experiences makes it all worth it, and you have everything you need with you. So I have no regrets. I have a lot of knowledge, and I learned so much from this that I can take and apply with me to the future. I'm very excited about whatever's coming next, who knows, but I'm happy that I have some of these skills that did not come naturally to me before this, cabinetry, carpentry, all this. I had a little bit last van, but nothing like this van. This van was a whole nother ball game, and learning how to use some of these tools and just the techniques and everything like that. So sanding, painting, not an expert or anything, but I feel like I can handle it, and I am excited to share that knowledge with you guys, what I did learn anyway, as much as I possibly could. So if you are interested in checking out kind of the recap of the build, I have put together a playlist of the videos that I made throughout the build process, including the van tour that I just put out of the finished result. So if you're interested in watching kind of the progression and some of the things I went through in more detail, definitely check out that playlist in the description box below. And that's gonna do it. I hope you guys got some value out of this. Thank you so much for watching. We're excited to take this thing out on the road, and I'm glad that the build process is over, and now we can get into the experiencing and, you know, really enjoying this van for what it is and sharing with you guys. So thank you so much for watching again, and we will see you in the next video.